Hey guys, what's my name? Max Brallier. Max Brallier here, author of the Last Kids on Earth series, and I'm going to do a little bit of reading to you today. I'm going to read from the next book in the series, the upcoming The Last Kids on Earth and the Skeleton Road. I was told to hold up a copy of the book, but the book, we just finished it. It hasn't been printed yet even, so all I have is a sort of marked up version of what we sent to the printer. So I'm going to read to you guys a little bit from chapter 2. Chapter 1's a lot of sort of like, there's some cool action and then a little bit of recap stuff. But I'm not going to read you the recap stuff because that's not as fun. So I'm going to jump right into some action. And so this is the first time we're going to meet the villainous Thrall's skeleton army. And I'm told that there will be some images on the video of the cool, beyond amazing art from amazing illustrator Douglas Holgate. So you won't just have to look at my goofy face the whole time. You're gonna see cool stuff. All right, so I'm gonna jump in and read chapter 2. Chapter 2. First is the worst, second is the best. I mean, the first chapter is not the worst, but I should stop talking. All right, you guys ready? I gotta do my speaking voice, reading voice. All right. Last Kids on Earth 6, Skeleton Road, Chapter 2. Yeah, we're good. I'm high up on my school bus platform, trying to manipulate 3 zombies and get them across a swinging bridge when I hear the sound. It is a terrible noise, and it sends a horrible shiver shooting straight down my spine. Globlet, still on my shoulder, grabs my shirt. "Jack, what was that?" she asks quietly. "Not sure, Globs," I say. I turn, searching for the source of the horrifying sound. Then my eyes catch movement in the parking lot. It takes me a moment to understand what I'm looking at. When I finally see what's making the awful, deafening sound, my heart begins to slam. Skeletons. Skeleton soldiers. Hundreds of them, marching towards us. I suspected this was coming. Still, I hoped I was wrong. This is like my nightmare. The vision I had months ago when Quentin and Dirk and Warg came to show me what they'd found in Evie's cabal of the cosmic book. Not just skeletons. Thrall's skeleton army. "They're here!" Quint cries out from atop a rope bridge. "Be back, Globs," I say. Then I'm leaping from the bus and speeding across the course. When I finally reach my friends, the skeletons are swarming towards them. "They're armed!" June shouts. "Wearing some pretty wicked armor too," Dirk says, sounding half impressed. "I mean, not as cool as ours, but still cool." The skeletons' weapons and armor are built from bone. They swing dozer-spiked swords, and they wave warhammers, sharp with wormungulous teeth, and they twirl daggers of twisted wretch talon. Some wear helmets carved from carapace horns. Others carry shields of sliced monster scale. I really went nuts on the alliteration there. I like alliteration. "They're fast," Quint notes. "On the plus side, we don't need to fear their bite." "You sure about that?" Dirk asks. "Of course. These aren't zombies. They're skeleton soldiers," Quint says. "Like old school Ray Harryhausen style warriors." "I don't know what Ray, Henry Homer old school warriors are," Dirk says, spinning his gladiator jousting pole. "But I know I'm gonna bash these boneheads like old school style universal warriors." That's a TV show. "We assume our most intimidating action poses, but moments before they're upon us, spitballs of fury!" That's Globlet attacking. Biggin's meaty paws smacks aside 4 skeletons. Globlet peppers skeleton soldiers with a blow dart blaster she nabbed from a rifter. "Guys, I actually think we got this," I say, happily surprised. "These dudes are kind of weak." "They are only bone," Quint agrees. "We can just smash them," Dirk yells. "Come on," June orders, as they charge into the horde. I'm about to fall on my buds when, smack! Rover knocks me right on my butt as he eagerly hurls himself into a wall of skeletons. "Go, buddy," I shout, sitting up. And then, Dirk smash! June bash! And Quint staff attack. Thrall skeletons burst apart like Legos. I watch my buddies dismantle a squad of skeleton soldiers in mere seconds. I'm feeling good. We've destroyed gigantic beasts, fought the undead, and taken down villainous overlords. But these skeletons? One hard hit and they crumble. I could beat these dudes in my sleep. Wake me when this gets exciting. Suddenly, one skeleton comes screeching towards me. Finally, I think. I was getting jealous watching my buddies have all the fun. The skeleton leaps onto the hood of the car. Its bony feet sprint up the windshield, then across the roof. Tack, 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 tack. It launches off the car, sailing toward me like a big old meatball. I swing the slicer hard, like I'm trying to whack a wiffle ball to the moon. There's a loud crack. Sounds like a homer, all right. I definitely hammered that dude into the cheap seats. But then I stop. Something's happening. The skeleton's skull snaps to the side and gross vine sounds like slurp. Oh, I never made that noise before in my entire life. What the huh? A tangled, interwoven thread of vine thingies run through its entire cage-like body. The vines coil in and out like tangled TV wires. Then, twang! The skull snaps back into place. The skeleton smiles. Something I didn't even think was possible. It is a hideously toothy, vile grin. I stagger back, and now I see the enemy in its entirety. Empty eye sockets, vines running through its body. Broken humerus, which is not funny. Spear carved from the tail of a swinging grunzo. Twang! Thwong! Twunk! All around us, the skeletons are snapping back together, pulling up from the ground, rising like puppets plucked by thralls' terrifying strings. Godfather style. The skeletons we thought we just defeated are piercing themselves together again. One jams its arm back into place. Guys, I say as we group, it's the vines. They're running through the skeletons. The vines must be giving the skeletons their power, Quint adds, reanimating them. I was wrong. These skeletons are not Ron Henry Homer things, Dark asks. Ray Harryhausen things, Quint says with a sigh. But yes, these are different. Hold up, June says. Remember the tendril? We needed goose slime to stop it. I bet that's what'll stop these vines too. And luckily, she announces, I've got just what we need. She pulls one of Quint's goose slime grenades from her action fanny pack and begins loading it into Blasty. That's her wrist-attached, Swiss Army style, everything but the kitchen stink gadget arm cannon. Uh-oh, June says, struggling. Uh-oh, I say. I don't like uh-oh. What is uh-oh? It's jam, June says. The skeleton army is fully reassembled, back on their feet, ready to rumble. Yep, super jammed right now. Ill timing, friend. More skeletons appear, dozens coming from all sides. My zombie squad elimination course is completely overrun. Hey Jack, Dirk says, you say you can control zombies? It might be a good time to start doing it. Right, duh, I say. My zombies, now where are they? I scan the course, searching for any still standing zombies. Unfortunately, the decomposing dozen didn't exactly ace the course. I spot one zombie dangling upside down from the rock wall, two others tangled in a rope course, and a few rolling around on sweaty old gym mats. See, the thing is, Jack was like, he put together a sort of like that Ultimate Ninja Warrior course in order to train zombies. And so this is what's happening immediately after that. Not good. It looks like every single one has been knocked out of commission. Jack, there, Quint says, pointing. Spinning, I spot 3 zombies milling about near the finish line. Not knocked out of commission. Nothing about this day went like I expected. But in the end, looks like I found my zombie squad after all. They are the only 3 standing. They are my squad. Alfred, Lefty, Glurm. I summon them with a quick slicer swing, bringing them shuffling towards us. It's like a video game, and they're my little minions. The skeletons keep coming, June shouts, finally giving up on loading the goose slime grenade. We gotta get to the boom cards and get out of here. She's pointing to where they're parked, across the obstacle course, beyond the laser tag arena. Alfred, I say, to my old zombie butler, you're gonna lead the way, buddy. I swing the slicer, little flicks and twists that translate to zombie commands. Alfred charges straight into the skeletal horde, blocking our path, and Lefty and Glurm follow. Crack! Skeletons shatter. Skeletons? Ooh, that'd be a cool, like, turtle enemy. Next book, Skeletons. You heard it here first. We follow the zombies, but a fresh skeleton horde appears, blocking our path to the boom carts. Into the laser tag arena, I shout. We rush inside, only to discover the labyrinth-like laser tag course has become a glow-in-the-dark death trap. Skeletons surround Biggin, Rover, Globlet, and Fern. Poor Fern. More pour in, speeding towards the halls, leaping over cover, bursting around the zigzagging corners. Hey, get off his back! Off! Stay together, gang, June barks. Don't gotta tell me twice, Dirk replies as he yanks two skeletons off Biggin's back. Spinning around, I see Globlet and Fern now fight from land and sky, tag-teaming a pack of skeletons. Rover is using his teeth to rip the vines from one. Biggin picks more skeletons off himself and is using his body to block one entrance. But more skeletons march towards us. Their faces are still locked in those awful toothy grins. They don't get tired or fatigued, and they never have to stop to catch their breath. Unlike this out-of-shape reader. Guess that's one benefit to not having lungs. It's about to get real, guys, I say. June growls. Let them bring it. And they do. Three of them spring ahead and tear towards us. Dirk and Quint whirl around directly in their paths. All I can do is watch in terror. Dirk has no weapon. His jousting pole is now in pieces, and Quint only has his staff. But together, crack, slam! The skeletons are sizzling like a couple of burgers plopped onto a hot grill. One opens its mouth in a silent shriek. It has a dirt boot-sized hole in its rib cage, and for some reason, this hole isn't reassembling. The skeleton looks down confused. Sizzling vines dangle from its center. The skeletons that Quint cracked aren't reassembling either. Quint glances at the butt end of his staff. Dirk glances down at the bottom of his boot. It takes a minute for them to realize what just happened. Then Dirk's face lights up. My boots, he says to Quint. They're covered in goose slime from Project Dayglow. And I've been using the bottom of my staff as a stir stick, Quint says, for Project Dayglow. Wait. What? I ask. Project what now? I'm suddenly more concerned that I've clearly been left out of something massive than I am about a bunch of bone soldiers. Not now, Jack, Dirk snaps, and I follow his eyes upward to his skeleton flinging itself at us, hands gripping a battle axe. Seconds before it cleaves us, June leaps in, using Blasty to block the blow. Clang! Dirk grabs the skeleton and shot puts it across. Shot puts it. It's weird. I've read it too many times and I can't. Dirk grabs the skeleton and throws it across the laser tag arena. Guys, good news, June exclaims. Jack's fear of ever missing out on anything ever might have just saved the day. That block totally unjammed Blasty. She cocks the loading mechanism and slides the goose slime grenade in, totally ready to rock. Fear seems to have settled into the skeletons, something we've never seen happen with zombies. They all take a slow step backward. Catch, June says cheerfully, and she fires the goose slime grenade directly into a group of 30 skeletal soldiers. And ka-ploosh! There's an explosion of greens and pinks, which mix together, creating a swirling fog. You need a better catchphrase, I tell June as the fog clears. Oh, you mean like fisticuffs, she asks with a teasing grin. Hey, I explain, that was a work in progress. The apocalypse had just started, things were confusing, and I think it was maybe daylight savings time. Just then, Globlet comes hopping over. Whoa, June, you did that? Right on, girlfriend. Rad. Globlet's right. Rad indeed. June's goose slime grenade completely blew apart 24 skeletal enemies. The vines have melted away to nothing, and smoke coils off their chalky remains. A few injured skeletons stagger around. One raises a bone axe high in an attempt to attack, but the weight pulls it backward and just flops onto the ground. Whoa, Globlet says. Those sizzling vines smell straight up nasty. Dirk grunts. I'm not sure the party's over yet. As the smoke clears, we see dozens more skeleton soldiers approaching. I swing my blade, bringing my zombies, Alfred, Lefty, and Glurm, shambling forward. They stare down the skeletal squad. Biggin looms behind me. Rover strides forward until he stands beside us. The skeletons pause. They might not have brains, but they do know enough not to get beaten and broken on purpose. Let's just see how smart they are, June says. She reaches down and pops open the side of Blasty. Then, empty-handed, she mimes sliding in a second goose slime grenade. You want some more, she barks, and points the cannon at the skeleton horde. They sway back and forth. My heart pounds. If they don't buy this, we'll be overrun. Then, a loud hiss, and at once, They turn and go, scurrying away into the parking lot, into the distance. And stay out, Dirk shouts. The goose slime worked quite well, friend, Quint says, but they'll soon be back. And in greater numbers, I say. Quint grins, like Tusken Raiders. Hey, speaking of, we did a name for these dude. Skeleton soldiers, bone battlers, vine villains. Dirk grounds at the Star Wars nerd conversation. As we make our way through the crumbled course, and toward our boon parts, my mind is racing. I guess sure, technically, we won that fight. Doesn't feel that way. That was close, too close. And the size of that fighting force was like, I don't know, an appetizer? No doubt Thrall's got something bigger planned for the main course. Quint, we're gonna need more goose slime. A lot more goose slime. Oh, I knew that a long time ago. And don't worry, Dirk and I are already on it. Bum, bum, bum! Cliffhanger. So that's chapter 2 of The Last Kids on Earth and the Skeleton Road. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope I didn't spoil too much. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed the art too. The art is, as always, the best part of the books. Shout out to Doug. Last Kids on Earth and the Skeleton Road comes out this September. You can pre-order it now. But that's not what matters. What matters is I hope you enjoyed it. All right. Thanks, guys. Peace out.